What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Singing the Tea. You already know I'm your host, Dustin, singer, actor Lewis. Sometimes I sing, sometimes I give you all of the reality TV tea. But baby, it's going to always be what you want, and it's definitely what you need. And child, listen, we're going to talk about this Married to Medicine. But before we do, comment, like, subscribe. Hit the notification bell button so when I do drop new content, baby, you get the alerts. Y'all already know what to do. Share with the family members, share with a friend, share with the person next to you over there in the cubicle when y'all at work. Baby, if you're on the fry station, share with the people back there making the patties. Share it to the people, baby, so we can grow our community over here. And I appreciate each and every one of y'all over here at the Singing the Tea Enterprise. But y'all, we got to talk about Married to Medicine. And let me tell you something about this episode. If there was ever a question why I feel like Married to Medicine is the best show on Bravo, baby, this episode is living proof of that. When I tell y'all this episode was so doggone good because it gave us everything that we needed plus more, I love these ladies over there at the Married to Medicine, and we're going to always support them over here at the Singing the Tea Enterprise, baby. We're going to definitely support our girls over there. And let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, we on season 12, episode 7, Boots on the Ground, baby. And let me tell you something. It was boots on people's necks, boots on people's pocketbooks, baby, boots on people's wigs, baby. Them girls was showing out. So the episode opens up with Quad, Dr. Mimi, and DrHeavenly meeting up at Angel's house, right? And Dr. Heavenly is already cutting up, baby. She said, baby, Angel, where is this house at, girl? Baby, Heavenly thought she was over there in Nebraska. She didn't know where she was at. She said, girl, I just got in the car. I kept driving until I ended up here. Heavenly said, baby, I could have redid my wig. She said, I could have went and found my son. She said, baby, I could have opened up a new practice. She said, well, all the time it took for me to get here to this girl house, and it had me weak. So it was real funny. I always love when Heavenly come through and break up the scene with her comedy. Wish we got more of that because she is actually very funny when she wants to be. But, Quad gets there. And Quad, in her confessional, she talks about not being ready to share her IVF journey with the ladies because it's not really seeming like it's the best. And, my heart goes out to Quad when it comes to that situation because it's a tough one to bear. And I think she kind of doesn't feel... I feel like the ladies are supporting her, but Quad kind of made a comment talking about some pick up the phone and call her sometimes. And I didn't really know where that came from. But I would say this, Quad, you can call them just like they can call you. I'm going to just put it out there. I know you're going through something. They couldn't check on you. But at the same time, everybody's going through something. So I hate that you're going through what you're going through, but everybody's going through something. Now, one of the things I love that Married to Medicine does, because they do it quite often, they'll do these like divided group scenes, right? So we'll have the Quad, Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Mimi, and Angel group. Then we'll have a scene with Toya, Brandy, Dr. Simone, and DrContessa. So that's kind of how the group is divided. And we have DrJackie over here just floating, trying to fix it, baby. She's just trying to fix it, Jesus. So with that group over there with Toya is catching DrContessa up on Heavenly's brother because DrContessa couldn't make it to the family reunion. And baby, she just is like, I think a lot of us when it comes to did Dr. Heavenly get a paternity test to make sure that it is actually her brother. And I would say this, Heavenly, because Quad even asked Heavenly about it. And it's like, I think you should get that done sooner than later. I do. Because you guys don't want to get too far involved and then get too connected and it's not what you think it is. But you know what, too? Let's say y'all don't do it and y'all still feel like y'all can connect and y'all can still be cool. As long as everybody feels good about the situation, then by all means, do what y'all got to do. As long as he ain't asking you for no money. So, Heavenly talks about her campaign and her running for office. And, I did not think that she was serious about this, but she's very passionate about it. Her passion shows up in different ways because Heavenly is a fool and a half, but we love to see it. And speaking of Heavenly, everybody's giving her praise and her kudos. Angel kind of gives her a shout out and she's like, girl, you was like a big sister when you came over there to meet my man. The way you was making sure that he was a good man for me. He was doing the right thing. She was like, girl, I appreciate you. But Miss Toya Bush Harris, she didn't know what she had going on because the way that Toya was doing what she was doing to Angel in front of that man was messed up. So Angel's letting the girls know that Toya was like, oh, you her date? How long y'all been dating? Because she was asking me to hook her up with one of my husband's friends. And it's like, Toya, that's girl code. You don't do that. Like, just simply, you don't do that. You don't know what the situation is with her and this dude. It could have been their first date. You don't know. Like, it just wasn't cool for you to do that. And I love that on the Toya side of the conversation, the ladies over there on her side, they letting her know the same thing. Like, girl, it wasn't cool. Like, and then Toya is trying to excuse her behavior away by saying like, oh, well, you know, well, what did she say? What did she say? Oh, well, she was saying it will mess up her family. Toya, that won't mess up your family. She can date whoever she wants to date. And my thing is this, Toya. If somebody dating somebody that you know or in your family is going to possibly bother you if they break up, if things happen, then don't hook anybody up. Simply don't hook them up. Because things like that can happen. Your family member could cheat. Your family member could do something just like she can. But there ain't nothing wrong with the woman dating more than one man. I'm just saying that because she's dating them. We don't know what she doing with them. She got the body of a goddess, and if she want to share with the people and let them worship on her, baby, that's her business. She has every right to party because she's a grown woman. And we're going to leave it at that. But Toya, that was real tacky of you to do that. And Angel, I 100% understand you being annoyed and wanted to have a conversation with her about that. Because Toya, that just wasn't cool. Alright. So, you know, after that conversation, you know, the ladies are kind of letting Toya know, like, hey, girl, you was wrong. DrContessa was like, well, girl, look, we can find her house and you can look that up because, you know, you like to look up houses. And all of them are laughing. But then we get the scene over with Quad. And those ladies are upset because they're like, Simone, what are you doing? Like, what is your point? Why are you trying to get ammo for when it's a rainy day and you want to just spray us with our tea? Why are you out there looking for that? And Simone, I will say this. It is odd. It is really odd for you to look that up. I have friends who have bought houses, who have owned houses, who have bought tons of things. I'm not looking that up because no matter how now, wait a minute. As long as they got it the right way. But if they didn't get it the right way, IRS, I don't know nothing about that. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Please don't come for my Amazon thing. That's over there. But if they do got something over there, baby, don't tell me. Ignorance is bliss. Because it ain't my business. But Dr. Simone, you looking up the people's houses, you are doing it to be messy. You talking about you wish you had Quad's VIN number to look to see whose name is on the car is messy and it's foolish. Whether her name is on the car or not, she's still driving it and she still got it. Because she is what? MsQuad, she got it. She doggone got it. And I'm going to leave that there. Now, Contessa just feels like the ladies really need to do a group trip because it's too much calamity, it's too much confusion, and it's too much chaos in this group. And she really wants to put together a girls trip just to kind of put a beat on everything and just kind of like get everything back on this track. So I think that Contessa does have the power to do that, and I would like to see it. Because I don't think we've seen Contessa host a girls trip, so it would be nice for her to host one finally. So after that scene, we head over to DrHeavenly's campaign. And child, we see that her campaign manager is MsQuad. I'm going to be real. I don't know. I wouldn't have thought of Quad being her campaign manager. And I'm not saying that as a slight to Quad because I feel like Quad is that girl. I just didn't think that. I didn't think about Quad in that arena. But shout out to Quad because it looked like she got it together. Now, you did have the people roasting in the sun, baby. The people was cooking while they was over here trying to campaign and you trying to pour into the people. You had the people cooking. So, my thing is, though, with Quad, girl, everybody say a prayer for her because she is DrHeavenly's campaign manager. She is DrHeavenly of all people's campaign manager. Baby, she could have been Maya Angelou in heaven, but she could have been her campaign manager. Michelle Obama campaign manager. She don't want to do, but she could have been hers. Stevie Wonder can see that Heavenly is going to be hell on wheels trying to help her be a campaign. Like, it's just too much. But you know what, Quad? You know how to deal with Heavenly. You know how to reel her in. Sometimes, girl, Godspeed, girl. We're going to be keeping you lifted on the prayer and on the sick and shut-in list because we know Heavenly going to take you down through there. And speaking of taking people down through there, Heavenly about cussing the people out because she said, baby, I need y'all to fill in these seats, baby. This is... Heaven just all on the camera talking, baby, this is for pictures and purposes, baby. She just letting the people know. Fill in these seats now. She said, y'all making me mad. It's hot. We need to hurry up and get this thing done. Heavenly, that's not how you get the people to vote. You can't fuss at the people. Give the people some time. And first of all, cover them people up. You got these people over here on this overpass bridge trying to pour into the people, tell them why they need the campaign. First of all, you ain't talking about nothing. The people is hot. The people is holding up signs. The people's not holding up signs because they want to vote for you. People's holding up signs because they hot. And they need to get a little piece of shade. And speaking of shade, Toya, you were shaded over there texting Dr. Simone when Heavenly had said, everybody supported me but one person. Toya, here's the thing, Toya. Ain't nobody, it was no doubt in not one soul's mind that we thought that she was talking about Dr. Simone. We knew she was talking about you. We knew who she was talking about. So you ain't have to text Dr. Simone no cliff notes, baby. All of that shade was for you, my love. That wasn't for nobody but you. Toya, you was one messy thing when you was up there. But Toya, I ain't mad at you because you said she ain't saying a bunch of nothing. But you know what? I'm going to say this. Y'all go out there and support Dr. Heavenly. I don't even live in the area where I can vote for Heavenly because I don't live in that state. But you know what? Y'all go and support her. If it moves you to vote for Heavenly, if you in her district, I feel like it's the Hunger Games. If you in District 9 with Katniss Everdeen and all them, and you want Peter Bread, and you want ain't Peter Nwango, I think she was in Hunger Games too. Vote for all them people. Go ahead and do that, baby, because she said each one teach one. We need to pray for the people because Heavenly is out here trying to win the vote. Go ahead over there and vote for Heavenly. Now, child, Simone make it where everybody is leaving the overpass to go back to their car so they can just drive on to the house because it's so hot. Child, I guess Dr. Mimi and Brandy, they was real. The heat got into them real bad because the way that these ladies was over there cussing and carrying on, baby, Dr. Mimi, let me tell you something. You got it started, but I'm glad you did. I like Dr. Mimi. I'm sorry. I like Dr. Mimi. Yes, she was being a little shady, but you know what? I was here for it. Because here's the thing, though. Dr. Mimi was being shady. Yes, she was. She was definitely being shady, but I'm going to say this, though. She was being shady, but Brandy, she was telling you right. I understand you showing up here and you have, like Mimi said, you have the right to take into consideration to figure out if Heavenly is somebody you really want to vote for. I get it and I respect that. But Mimi is right with you aligning yourself with Toya. Because you are aligning yourself with that group and it seems like it is divided. Toya was over here shading her and Brandy, Toya was shading you too. So I'm with Mimi when she says, hey, she was over here talking about you. So you all of a sudden cool with her after she was saying the things about you. And I can understand Brandy's like, I don't need you to diagnose me. But Brandy, you was doing a little bit too much. Because Mimi was just talking to you. And then when Simone came over, you got in front of her and turned your back. It was a little bit much. Because Mimi wasn't giving you that energy, you know. And Mimi was right. Who is the one that's over here trying to do all that? Who's bucking up a little bit? It was you. So Brandy, it was a little bit much. And I will say it is odd that you are all of a sudden aligning yourself with Toya. I'm going to just say that. I do think it's a little odd. Speaking of I think that everybody kind of thought it was a little odd that Quad was Heavenly's campaign manager. So when Contessa asked Heavenly about it and she talked about it, and she was just like, she a boss. She is a strong woman. She's smart. She knows how to handle finances. She knows what she's doing. I 100% get it. And I think Contessa got it too. But I think that we were all like in that realm when it comes to the politics. We don't know Quad for that. But it's good to see her introduce it. And I would be honest, I would like to see Quad do more of it. I really would. I think that Quad is carving a lane for herself. Because Quad can speak eloquently. Quad is a boss. She's a businesswoman. When she was doing, I think she was selling medical equipment. That lady was a boss. Like you got to give Quad her things. Quad is a boss, so we got to give it to her. So I appreciate her doing that. So after the fight between Dr. Mimi and Brandy, Simone broke that up. The next thing that we get is Dr. Simone pulling up to DrJackie's office, and they catching up and they're talking about Simone dropping the OB from her title, and she just wants to kind of do the GYN. I don't know. I feel like I messed it up, but she is dropping some stuff from her. She's tired of delivering babies. I understand. Dr. Simone is tired. That's a really big move. She wants to cut back and she just wants to enjoy life. She's been doing this for years. She said, I've delivered babies over the past 20 years. I'm tired. And I just kind of want to relax a little bit. And DrJackie posed a great question. Have you had this conversation with Cecil, like in a calm way? Like, have you calmly expressed how you are feeling about this whole situation to Cecil? And I think when it comes to Simone, she wants to take a break. I think that she is a little envious of Cecil got to quit his job. She continued to be the breadwinner, right? Or by him quitting his job, now she's the breadwinner. She's picking up a lot of the finances. She's taking care of stuff for the kids. She's doing all of these additional things. So she is envious that he gets to sit at home gets to partake in everything that she gets to partake in, maybe off of her dime, per se. And I can understand her being envious of that because she's still working and she's like, he's the head of this house. He is the man of this house. Why am I still out here busting my behind working and he gets to chill and relax? So I think that she kind of wants to take some time for her. And I'm going to say this. I don't want this to happen. But it does seem like Dr. Simone is really ready to just kind of just be divorced from Cecil. I don't... For some reason this time, I just feel like she is done. I feel like she is done. She doesn't feel supported. I think that Cecil could do a better job of supporting her when it comes to their sons. And Dr. Simone really does seem done at this point. So, you know, I hate that. I hope they can work it through. But Mama seems done. And I hate to say it, I can agree with her on that side. I really do. Now, Angel's party. So we see Angel. She is doing a launch party for her fall line of her scrubs. Now... You know, her scrubs look nice, but I'm going to say this. Let me say, if it's a lane and you can go in there and you can break down that door and get you some coin, baby, by all means do that. But I got to say this. I don't know nobody who been in the hospital to be like, oh, girl, Miss Doctor, girl, them scrubs is bad, girl. You got them scrubs on. Baby, when I go to the hospital, I just need you to save my life. When I go to the doctor, I just need you to just let me know if do I got an infection. Do I got a cold or do I got the flu? Is this cold and sinus? That's what I'm asking you for. I don't care what scrubs you got on. I just need you to make, when I'm having surgery, when the people tell me to count down from 10 to 1, I'm not over here looking at my doctor and say, oh girl, you got that on. And I go to sleep. That's not what I'm looking for. I need my doctor to be, I don't care what you got on. I don't care that you got this body kind of dress. Doctor, please. Listen, let me tell you something about my doctor. The doctor I go to, baby, she wear her a blouse. She don't even wear scrubs. She wear a blouse. She wear her some good slacks. And she wear her some little baby doll, some little flat shoes so she can be flat with the earth. She likes to be down to the earth. She ain't trying to wear no heel, no kitten or nothing. She wants to be flat to the earth just in case, baby, I pass out and she got to pick my big self up off the floor. She need flat-footed on the ground so she can get the strength of the earth to lift me up. That's what that lady needs. So I commend you for having your launch and your line, but I don't know. Do they have the best dressed nurse awards when y'all be having the nurse gala and y'all be having the med spa and all that good stuff? Do y'all the Grammys for the doctors or whatever she go to? Do y'all have this year's the 2026 best dressed nurse goes to Angel? Is that what she trying to win? Because I don't understand. Girl, and then one of your confessionals, you got zippers all over the place. What if you in there sawing on me, baby, like I'm a piece of filet mignon? You up in there sawing and one of your zippers get caught on my rib cage and you rip it out. You need to think about these things. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to sue you down if you get one of them zippers caught in my esophagus while you working on my body. Okay? Or you get that zipper stuck in my BBL. I ain't got one. But I'm just saying. Y'all need to think about these things. All that extra fabric ain't needed. Get you something sensible. I'm with Simone. When I'm in the doctor, I get fluids and juices all over me. I'm not trying to get all that stuck up on my body. I don't want all that. But I commend you for coming out with your line. You looked great. So let's get into it, baby, because this is where it all hell broke loose. At this doggone event, Angel C scrub. That's another reason why you need to get rid of these scrubs. Them scrubs bring out anger. Because them scrubs are so tight, people is ready to knuck if you butt because them scrubs is too tight and people can't breathe. You need to get a sensible loose scrub. Okay? You see, Squad came in there with her. Quad was ready to square up in them scrubs because she had on her tennis shoes. She was flat with the earth. And she had on them scrubs. So Simone, she was real strong, Simone. You leave her alone because she got on that good stuff. Now, let me talk back. I done lost my place in my notes talking about these lady scrubs. Now, when Simone was talking to Heavenly about, hey, Toya gave me some notes about your thing, Heavenly wasn't trying to hear none of that. Heavenly let me know, baby, I ain't got to listen to this, baby. She get ready to cuss the people out. And they like, Heavenly, how you going to debate? I cannot wait for Heavenly to have a debate. If y'all are up there in Georgia, baby, please record it and send it down here to the Singing the Tea Enterprise so we can definitely review that and we can listen. Because I know Heavenly debate going to be something nasty. It's going to be something good. And I cannot wait. She going to be cussing the people out. And that's not what people need. But I would love to see it. So, Quad has to take her and calm her down. And then, Brandy arrives and then it was so funny when Brandy got there and, you know, they tried to kind of check Mimi, and they was like, oh, well, Mimi, don't you want to go over there with your group, you know, with your friends? And I love Mimi's response. And Mimi was like, oh, I can leave. Do y'all want me to leave? I don't mind walking away. And the way she did it, it was so clean. It was just so like, it was precise. The thing I like about Mimi is Toya be looking for somebody to match her energy, and Mimi be like, girl, I'm disengaging. I'm not doing that with you, but that's cute. So this is what we're going to do. It's like the way... I know Toya is irritated by that, but it's good for Toya because it's like, hey, we're going to have an argument. We're going to talk about it, but we're going to do it my way. And honestly, Mimi is kind of like controlling her in that way. So Toya ain't even catching it. Toya ain't even catching what Mimi is doing. Mimi is very smart. I really enjoy Mimi. Mimi got it going on. And I think that Mimi is great for this show and great for Toya. Because she is definitely giving Toya the energy that she needs. So, you know, after Angel Brinks go up there and change in her Renaissance Beyonce silver garb, you know, I don't know why she didn't wear the scrubs. She got the body. She should have been flat to the earth with her shoes and them scrubs, but she wanted to be elevated. She wanted to be an alien superstar. Shout out to Beyonce, the queen of all queens. But she looked amazing. You can't take it from her. The girl looks good. Angel Brinks is a beautiful woman. All of the women over here are beautiful, but Angel Brinks, that body is tea. Yes, ma'am. Now... when Angel and them, all the ladies, because, you know, Contessa's talking about how she wants to take everybody on the trip. And Angel was like, you know, but Toya, what kind of friend are you? And I was like, ooh, all right now, Angel, come on. And Toya was like, well, wait, what you mean by that? Like, what you mean, what kind of friend am I? She was like, we'll talk about it, but I just want to know what kind of friend are you, girl, because you did some things that I didn't necessarily care for. And then even in the confessional, you know, it was a little bit much. And she was just like, if you're going to be a friend to me, I need somebody that's going to be a friend that's going to be loyal and that's not going to, like, do some slick stuff on the side. I appreciate it, Angel, for doing that. I think that her and Toya can definitely talk about this and work through it. But Toya needs to be open and truly hear her out on that. And child, it was like once Angel said that, Quad said, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, release them. And she was ready to, I told y'all she was flat to the earth and she was ready to come at Simone. She said, so Simone, you want to know what my VIN number is? What's going on? Child, baby, Quad got it started, baby. I felt so bad for the security man over there. He just wanted to get him a little chicken wing. He wanted to get some hors d'oeuvres, a little pasta salad, some baby shower food. And Quad, the man had to throw his plate on the ground to go over there and stop these ladies from tussling. Simone's voice is tired because she over here hollering at a unknown octave. Quad is over here, she howling like a banshee over here. Her Angel Brinks ready to fight scrubs. It just was too much going on, baby. King over there doing the countdown because he was like, we already know it's about to go down, it's about to go left. And it was a mess. And I just did not understand how it got to that point. And, you know, what really made this funny, right? With that whole situation, well, not funny. But we kind of got them to calm down. And basically, you know, Toya and them pulled Simone aside. And they're like, Simone, why would you even tell Heavenly? Like, you that's on you for even telling her. And I agree. You know that Quad and Heavenly are a united front. They are going to be a united front. That's one thing about them two. Them two going to have each other's back. You told Heavenly that you was going to look up that girl VIN number if you had it. And then you mad that Heavenly went and told her. You shouldn't have did it. You shouldn't have did it. You shouldn't have said it. And you shouldn't even thought about doing it because it was messed up and it was shady. So Simone, at the end of the day, y'all would have never got here if it wasn't for you. You should have never said it. So I can understand, especially Quad is a girl campaign manager. You already know Quad would have been hot with her if she would have sat on that tea. We all know that. So I think that Heavenly was being messy, but she was being messy on right. She was a right type of messy this go around. But where Heavenly was a wrong type of messy is when Simone, she tried to call Simone in the picture. Come on, baby, let's take a picture. Simone said, girl, get your fake arms off me. I ain't finna take no picture with you. Got the cussing out. Heavenly gonna say, well, you know, you got misplaced anger. You know, I know you're really mad at your household and what's going on in your marriage and all of that. Now, Heavenly, they're not gonna let you into the pearly doors of the White House acting like this. Well, hell, they might. Now that I think about it, never mind, Heavenly, you keep doing what you're doing, girl. You gonna win. Acting like this, you definitely gonna get that seat in the office the way the politics is going nowadays, baby. I don't know nothing about. I miss when politics was classy, but this is not a politic podcast. This is a mess singing the tea podcast. So we can get back over here. Heavenly, you was wrong. Heavenly, you did not have to bring that up. Simone got back to screaming in them octaves that can't nobody register or understand. It was just a mess. But it was a good mess because it kept me entertained, baby. I had to text my good friend Demetri. I said, girl, you see what's going on? The Married to Medicine girls is acting a plum fool. They should be ashamed, baby. But it was so good. And I love how, Heavenly left. They got her out. Simone is hot. Angel was like, hey, look, I need you to calm down, Simone. And then Simone was like, if you're not going to have a conversation with her, you're not going to have it with Quad, you don't need to have it with me. Simone, she did have the conversation with them to calm them down as well. But Simone, you are going so hard. Simone don't realize, like, she loses herself in those moments. And it's like, Simone, you gotta calm down, girl. Like, Simone, girl, you gotta figure out that anger. You need anger management real bad. Because you be acting a plum fool. And let me tell y'all something. DrContessa had me hollering too. Y'all, we gonna go over this on the girl trip. DrContessa. Ain't nobody worried about the girl strip right now. These ladies, we trying to stop these ladies from ripping each other's heads off. That's what we trying to stop them from doing. When I tell you, y'all, this episode was so good. It was a great episode of Married to Medicine, and I cannot wait for next week. I cannot wait for the girls trip for them to unpack some of this. Once again, episode 10, really, really loved it. 10s across the board. If you're new here, once again, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share with a family member, share with a friend, so we can grow our community over here, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all. But until next time, have a good one.